Welcome back. So today we've got a absolutely vibrant colorway for you. This one is based on the Sun Conure. Beautiful colorway, beautiful birds, lots of oranges, a little bit of yellow, and of course that hint of vibrant green. So into the pot we are throwing some fingering weight yarn. This is our fingering weight, of course, I just said that. An 80-20 merino nylon. Superwash, of course. We're going to add a little bit of soak. This is not a deep immersion or anything like that. So we've only got about 1 cup of soak. Soak consists of a little bit of water, a little bit of vinegar, and we are going to create a ridge in the center. And basically what we want to do is we want to stop the dye from traveling too far. We want to control how far it spreads. Without this, you're going to see this orange. It's going to travel a little bit too far. And with this ridge, you can see it just kind of bumps up against it and then stops. The issue that we would have had is the orange will very easily take over the green that we're going to throw in this pot. So we got that golden yellow on the one side. On the other side here, we're going to throw just a nice light green. Nothing too crazy. It's kind of a lime green, but a little bit more pastel, if you will. Some lighter tones. And then into the center, we are going to throw some more orange. And as you can see, as this orange hits the green, it kind of takes over a little bit, but we don't want it to go too far. So a little bit is fine. With that ridge, we can control how it spreads, how far it spreads, make sure that green doesn't encroach on the orange, make sure the orange doesn't encroach on the green, and we just get this wonderful gradient across the pot. So nice light colors on this side. We're going to cook it off real quick. I do believe that the green is actually going to bleed out a little bit unless you cook it for a good long while, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. So we've cooked it off for probably a good 5-6 minutes on the one side, just enough to get it nice and warm, get that dye to set, get it flipped over. Yeah, so we got a little bit of green in there and a little bit of orange. Not a big deal though, because on this side, we're going to do the exact same thing with some darker colors anyways. So get that yarn flipped over. You can see that dye actually did come through quite far. So a little bit over 50%, I would say, probably closer 60-75% through. We're going to puff up the middle again, give it a little bit of a ridge so that we can stop that dye from traveling too far. Now on this side, puff it up a little bit. Make sure that that dye can't get around the edges as well. So make sure you push it up against the dye pot. All right, so first up, hit it with some orange across the top. This is a little bit darker. It's got a little bit more golden yellow to it than yellow. And on the bottom, we're going to throw a nice dark green. There we go. Kind of try and keep it away from the middle there. This dark green would very easily take over the yellow that we're going to throw into the center. Just like so. Look at that wonderful gradient. Hey, you got that green into the yellow into the orange. It's beautiful. Get it mixed up, get that dye pushed down, try and get rid of as much white as humanly possible. Cook it off for a good long while, and then let's get these skeins twisted up. First up, we've got the fingering weight, that 80-20 merino nylon superwash base. You can see there's still a little bit of white in there, not a ton. When you're working with pastel colors, they don't tend to saturate quite as far as you would like. So you should expect a little bit of white when you're working with the lighter colors. That being said, that orange likes to take and push through quite well. And even though you're seeing some lighter areas, it might just be a lighter yellow or a lighter orange, which is kind of hard to see in the video, but that's okay. Up next, we got the DK weight. I've mentioned before the DK weight has a tendency to suck up dye a little bit faster, which means we're going to see a little bit more white in the overall skein. You can see some spots there, not necessarily where the tie is, but just how the yarn soaks up the dye so fast that it doesn't have time to take and travel into the other areas. DK weight always tends to be just that little bit lighter, a little bit more white. Still an absolutely beautiful colorway, and that's why I like to take and put these side by side so everybody kind of knows what they're getting into before they get that. As always, tuck in those ends. Make the skeins nice and pretty to the best of your abilities. Makes them nice and crisp. Really quite a spring colorway. I know the Sun Conure is quite a bright bird. I've never actually owned one, but from what I hear, they're a little screamy. If you own one, let me know. I'm a bit of a dog person myself, but I've got quite a few family members that really enjoy birds. Kind of skipping ahead here, but this is our chunky weight base, which is 100% merino. Generally, our chunky base likes to pull in a lot of extra color. It tends to be very vibrant, very showy. I absolutely love this base. When you're looking at hats or toques, it's amazing. Amazingly soft. Definitely the direction I would go. And last but not least, we've got our worsted weight. So this is also 100% merino nylon superwash. Our worsted weight and our fingering weight tend to be quite similar when it comes to color, saturation, things of the sort. Get that tucked in there. There we go. Just some loose ends trying to tie up here. I love this worsted weight base. I love this colorway. It's really vibrant. You know, I've been doing a lot of blues lately, and it's kind of nice to hit up some oranges and some greens. So up into the light box, we've got our fingering weight. And then up beside that, we'll throw in the DK weight. You can kind of see that it's not necessarily like a golden yellow. It really kind of bleeds over into like a blood orange almost, if you would. Then you got that nice light green moving into the dark green. I really like how these play up. Finally, from left to right, we have our fingering weight, DK weight, worsted weight, and then our chunky weight. You can see saturation across all four. Very, very nice. That DK weight does have a little bit more white in it than the others. That is normal for our DK weight. So let's do a quick swatch here. You can see as we're spinning it in the AliExpress, there is not a lot of patterning going on. So we've got a nice variegated yarn. When you look at that swatch, it's beautiful. It really is. I've mentioned this before. If you're looking at socks, you're probably going to get some spiraling out of this, maybe just a little bit. And if you're looking at a larger project like a sweater or a blanket, it's probably going to stay quite variegated across the project. All right, time to do a quick cake. Favorite part about a cake is, number one, you get to see saturation across the entire hank, and number two, you really get to see how those colors are playing with one another on the cake itself. So you can kind of see if you're watching the strand going into the cake here, we're seeing that orange go to a light yellow, go to almost a white, and then fade into a green, dark green, lightens up a little bit, and it really plays very smoothly across the hank. It's very nice. Saturation's a little bit off in this photo here, but seeing a lot of orange. And although this colorway is quite orange, I'm not seeing the green that we would normally see. It's probably just the lighting, but that's okay. Into the light box here, we can see we've got nice saturation all the way around the cake. And definitely into the cake as well. I'm not seeing any light spots or any dark spots. Everything looks beautiful with this colorway. This was on our fingering weight base, by the way. 400 meters. I don't know what that is in yards off the top of my head, but time to do some pairing. So up first, we've got our fingering weight, the Sun Conure. And I think in this one, we're going to take and work with some oranges. So up beside that, we've got Blazing Birch. And on the other side, we've got a nice orange colorway, which is Marigold Mist. Now this one's got some green speckling in it. It's got some forest green speckling into it. I really like how it played into the orange on this one. It's a beautiful colorway. Up beside that one, I love fall most of all. Some nice oranges moving into some browns. And up beside that one, we have fall feelings. Now this one's got some of that nice light orange, but we're also moving over into the realm of purple. So we've got some nice, yeah, let's go with purple. I don't have another word to describe that one. Some purples, kind of some light hints of pink, not necessarily like a hot pink, but definitely moving into the realm of pink as it fades out. And then upside that one of my oldest colorways, Autumn Drive. So we got some greens, we got some of those purples, some of those burgundies, and then we move into the realm of that golden yellow orange realm, which completes the set. I think this one looks absolutely amazing. Now, on the other side of things, we got the Sun Conure. And of course, golden yellow. That nice bright orange. On the other side, we've got our new semi-solid avocado. You could probably swap this out for a forest green too if you wanted, but I just felt the avocado really fit the bill here. And then up beside the golden yellow, we have sun yellow. It's a little extra bright in this light box here for me, but and then on the other side of things, you know what? Let's just put the forest green in there. As you can see, the forest green, it does play quite well, but that avocado just seems to hit the way it needs to, especially when you got the yellow in there. And for a safe bet, I would probably look at the Ecru Undyed. Time for that big reveal. So, from left to right, we've got our fingering, DK, worsted, and chunky weights side by side by side. Got some of that blood orange, some of that nice light yellow, and then you've got that avocado green, that forest green in there, really pulling it all together. As always, we have a swatch available on the website, last photo of every listing, and all of our new listings have them right in the inspiration photo, like so. Beautiful bird, beautiful colorway, beautiful day. Thank you everybody for stopping by. We'll talk to you again next time.